What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be talking about the Broncos' 20-17 win over the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football in Week 16 of this NFL season. We moved to 11-4 on the year with this win, and we clinched a playoff berth here with this win over the Bengals, which is obviously huge. What a win in overtime. We're now 3-0 in overtime this season. This is the third win for the Broncos this year after trailing by 14 points or more. Can't say enough about the resilience of this team, and what a huge win. Again, you clinch a playoff berth. Once again, this was kind of a tale of two halves, so to say, for the Broncos. You saw in the Oakland and Pittsburgh games, the Broncos really just got off to fast starts, played really well in the first half, and kind of crumbled in the second half. This was kind of the polar opposite of that. You saw the Broncos really get off to a really rough start on both sides of the football, but then really kind of get going there in the second half, play at a higher tempo, and then obviously get the victory in overtime here against the Bengals. But you look at the first half for the Broncos, they get outscored 14-3 by the Bengals. The Bengals just got off to a great start. You look at their opening drives in this game, they went for 15 plays and 80 yards on one drive, and then followed that up with a 13-play, 90-yard drive that spanned 15 minutes and 24 seconds. They just did a great job of really keeping our defense on the field, wearing them out. They did a great job of really nullifying our pass rush as well in this game. But A.J. McCarron made some great throws in tight coverage, and you got to give A.J. Green and Marvin Jones some credit for making some great catches as well. They did a great job again of getting in a rhythm offensively. They went 7 of 8 on third down conversions there in the first half, and defensively, you just got to find a way to get off the field. But you also got to find a way to play better on first and second down, because that's really why the Bengals offense, I thought that was kind of the main reason they were able to get in such a great tempo and rhythm to start this game off, is that they were able to get ahead of our defense on first and second downs. You know, they were in a lot of third and short situations. They really did a good job of utilizing Jeremy Hill on those early downs to get 4 or 5 yards and again get ahead of our defense. So we got to execute better on first and second down defensively going forward. That really hurt us in the first half. And the Bengals just did a great job this whole game of controlling the time possession. They had the ball for 37 minutes and 28 seconds. So again, they did a great job of really controlling the tempo of this game, controlling the clock, and offensively and defensively, we got to do a better job of nullifying that against teams and not just letting the opposition just control the complete tempo of the game, which the Bengals did a really good job of for the majority of this game, primarily there in that first half. Jay McCarron also made some nice plays out of the pocket and some plays with his feet. He had 4 rushes for 21 yards in this game, and overall the Bengals did a good job of rushing the ball on us. They had 108 total rushing yards here in this game. We didn't really do a good job of sealing the edge early on as well against the run. Giovanni Bernard had some really nice runs to the outside, and Mohamed Sanu also had that touchdown run again where he just got to the edge. No one was there and kind of walked into the end zone. So got to do a better job of sealing the edge as well against the run. They did a great job of pressuring Osweiler there in the first half, did the Bengals defense. Carlos Dunlap in this game had 3 sacks. All came against Michael Schofield, who continues to really struggle. He just does not look like a starting offensive lineman, or at least offensive tackle to me in the NFL, man. He really got destroyed against Khalil Mack, gave up 5 sacks to him in the game against Oakland, and then here gives up 3 sacks to Carlos Dunlap. Again, either we got to put a tight end next to him, or put a running back on his side. I don't know. We got to make adjustments, because Michael Schofield 101 is just an absolute nightmare for our offense. Again, Carlos Dunlap gets 3 sacks in this game. Did a great job of pressuring Brock there early on, and he go 1 of 3 in the red zone offensively in this game. Struggled to really get anything going there in the red zone offensively. Left points on the field, which you can't do obviously in the playoffs. And next week against San Diego, we got to improve on that in the coming weeks. And then C.J. Anderson had a tough fumble there late in the game where we were in the red zone. You can't obviously do that, especially late in the game. Luckily for us, our defense was able to hold and kind of nullify that turnover. It was a great hit by Michael Johnson, the defensive end for the Bengals. Can't turn the ball over there in the red zone. Again, can't leave points on the field. But maybe look in the second half, the defense played much better. Did a great job of pressuring McCarron more there in that second half. The Broncos only had 2 sacks in this game, but they did have 5 quarterback hits. Von Miller was able to get going there in the second half, especially down the stretch there in the fourth quarter. Derek Wolfe and Vance Walker had 2 nice sacks, and again, you were able to pressure A.J. McCarron, force him to get rid of the ball a little quicker, and again, hit him, rough him up a little bit. And then, of course, DeMarcus Ware has the huge fumble recovery, the only turnover the defense forces in overtime to seal the game. So defensively, you pick it up there in the second half in overtime. Did a great job of containing A.J. Green as well. He had 0 catches in the second half. He had a near touchdown catch from A.J. McCarron that it looked like he had it. He beat I think it was Bradley Roby. He beat him deep, or it was Roby or Chris Harris, and McCarron had him, but I don't know. AJ Green must have misread the throw, so he had a near touchdown catch that he blew there late in the fourth quarter. Again, you hold him to 0 catches in the second half after he lit you up in the first half for like 5 catches and 50 yards, and that great touchdown catch that he had over Talib. So it was good that we were able to make some adjustments there defensively, play a little more zone coverage, give our corners some more help, and again do a good job of kind of containing AJ Green there. And again, you did a better job in the second half of getting ahead on first and second downs, kind of containing Jeremy Hill, and the Bengals really weren't able to run the ball very well there in the second half. And because of that, you were able to put them in more third and long situations, and then execute better on your third down defense and get off the field. They were 3 and 9 on their third down conversions in the second half. So you love seeing that. Again, made some adjustments defensively, and we did a better job of really tackling as well in space. I thought our corners, Chris Harris, Bradley Roby, they combined for 9 tackles in this game, 3 that were tackles for loss. Brandon Marshall had 7 tackles, made some great plays in the run game, getting through trash and getting to Giovanni Bernard or Jeremy Hill, and again did a much better job containing the run there in the second half. Harris and Roby did a great job of tackling on the edges. Looking at what our offense did, there in the second half and the one drive in overtime, again, you outscored the Bengals 17-3 in the second half in overtime. Again, defense came up with some huge stops, but the offense was also able to make some adjustments there at halftime, play with more tempo, play with more pace. We got the run game going there more in the second half. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry in the second half to the Broncos offense. C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman in this game combined for 18 carries, 108 yards, and averaged 6 yards per carry between the two. Of course, C.J. Anderson had that beautiful 39-yard rushing touchdown. I think it was in the third or fourth quarter. That was just huge for us. Great play by him to get to the edge and make a few guys miss. He played well, and again, 6.5 yards per carry is what the Broncos averaged in the second half. Huge adjustments there made in the run game. And again, he played with more tempo, more pace, played from the shotgun and no huddle more. Wore Cincy's front 4 out. And Brock Osweiler was great. He goes 27-39 in this game for 299 yards, throws 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He had a 77% completion percentage here in this game while he was being pressured. So you love seeing that. He did a great job of really capitalizing on the Bengals' defensive aggression there in the second half when they were trying to blitz him, and made some great throws, especially late in the game. Had that 35-yard pass to Emmanuel Sanders in the first half, which was a good throw to get us some points going into halftime. 5 receivers in this game had at least 4 catches. You love seeing that. Again, Brock did a great job of really distributing the ball around. Had the nice touchdown pass to Emmanuel Sanders on a little out route, little 8-yard touchdown pass, which was nice. And again, made some great throws late in the game. Had a 26-yard pass to Owen Daniels, which was an absolute laser. Put it right over the linebacker, and put it right in the breadbasket for Owen Daniels. Great catch by Owen Daniels there. Had a beautiful run, or a throw on the run, on third and long there in overtime to Owen Daniels to get the first down. I think it was like 3rd and 12. Brock was able to step up, avoid the pass rush, make a good throw. Owen Daniels made a good adjustment to make the catch as well. So some great throws by Brock Osweiler late in the game. He played phenomenally well, and just a great performance by him when we needed him the most. And again, our receiving core really stepped up. Owen Daniels, great in this game, 5 catches, 70 yards. Again, had that beautiful catch on 3rd down in overtime. Also had a catch there late in the fourth quarter where he was able to make a nice spin move and get a few additional yards. He was great, made some huge catches for us in this game. Emmanuel Sanders, of course, also played well. He's been our most consistent guy all year. 4 catches, 67 yards, and a TD for him. Demaryius Thomas, played phenomenally well for a guy that's really struggled the past few weeks with drops in crucial times. He didn't do that here in this game. He made some huge catches for us, some clutch plays down the stretch. He goes for 7 catches for 59 yards, had that huge catch and run on the screen overtime to get like 12 yards, and then had that big catch. I think it was on 3rd down in really tight coverage. Pac-Man Jones was grabbing his left arm, and he just is able to one-hand catch, kind of trap the ball against his body with his one hand. Good throw by Brock, even better catch by DT there on I think it was 3rd down in overtime. Again, great game from Demaryius. And then McManus, great job by him of bouncing back from missing the potential game winner in regulation to then hit the 37-yard go-ahead field goal there in overtime to eventually win the game for us. Credit to him for bouncing back and not letting that miss get to him. And our offense played well, man. 390 total yards of offense in this game. Made some great adjustments there in the second half. And just a great win for the Broncos. Now in the playoffs, sealed a playoff berth with this win. And just a great performance against a very good Bengals team that we may see again, and they're going to be healthier with Andy Dalton and Tyler Eifert. That offense is a different animal. So great win for us. Broncos beat the Bengals 20-17, clinch a playoff berth. Now we go into the last game of the season against the Chargers. We win this game, we clinch the AFC West in a first-round bye, so still a lot to play for. But this was a real crucial win. Coming off back-to-back losses, finally get that win that seals a playoff berth for us. Just to get all you want is just a shot to win the Super Bowl. So at least we have a shot, and a great job of the Broncos of really coming back after a tough start and making adjustments there in the second half and overtime. So leave me a comment below. What do you think of this game between the Broncos and Bengals? How do you think the Broncos performed? And what do you think of the Broncos clinching a playoff berth? How do you think they're going to do in the playoffs? How do you think, what do you think of their Super Bowl chances? And all the teams that have made the playoffs in the AFC or NFC, would love to hear your guys' comments on who you think is going to win the Super Bowl and who you think is playing the best right now down the stretch when you really want to be playing your best football. So thanks for watching, guys. Great win for the Broncos. Glad we're in the playoffs, and I'll see you guys after the Chargers game.